Coach, winter is just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 26-yard line.
On the double. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Ricky.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A huge play there right off the bat, 46 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Jackson's throw on target to Willie Snead. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Allen. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. As far as undrafted players go, Philip Lindsay took most of the headlines a season ago. But remember, Robert Foster was undrafted out of Alabama as well, signed with the Bills in May of 2018 and had a pretty good year. 27 catches, 541 yards. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Escaping the pressure right. Roberts got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
58, come on. Focus, defense, focus. Check. Press down.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
On third down, Jackson under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Shaq Lawson picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. That one was intended for John Brown. And now it's third down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Allen. Got an open man, it's Foster. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Robert Foster, 79 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Hauschka with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not a great return here. He'll make it. Line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Mike Daniels makes the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Jackson now. It's caught by Roberts. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year. Led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even 1 step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Matt Judon has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And an alley to run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Allen now looks to throw. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Mike, 49. Defense. Let go, defense. Mike, 49. Mike, 49.
Hey, Delta. Here we go.
Allen now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen finding Knox there, complete. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. We can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
Now Gore. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
Mike's 49.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 30.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen stepping up. He'll try and run. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Mike's 49.
I'm on. Half 10.
Check. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Operating from the red zone now. Allen hit. He lost the football. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That one good for 37 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. First down, and it's Hill again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Ingram. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. Being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
49 the mic. Watch 49. Watch the screen.
Throwing now is Allen. Steps away to his left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the others. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Letting one go deep. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10?
Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Ravens have got it.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy, sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. But it's going to be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 52. 49. 49's the mic. 49's the mic.
Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Deuce. No.
Jackson now. Gonna throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Alexander just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson. Snead's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. On the crossing route, complete. It's Andrews. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts, his third touchdown now on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On first down, Allen. And his pass incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. He's going deep for Brown. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Throwing is Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. That'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On second down, it's Hill. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Ravens on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man, complete. 30, the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, 91 yards, as the Ravens push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And his throw here is incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And it's second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And able to find John Brown. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Open man, here's Foster. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 5. And now running right through him. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. After the interception, here's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Out of the pistol, here's Hill. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up the 3rd down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Baltimore, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they will head